And we're back to Midjourney. There's a new update. It's called CREF. It's the new parameter for character reference. It's supposed to help with consistency when it comes to characters. Using it is quite easy. Let me show you how. We'll prompt, as usual, let's just say a woman wearing a summer dress. I want to have red hair and I make it AR 2x3. And that's not a good result. Let me make that looking at the camera. I'll prompt it again. And that's way better. Let us use, for example, number 3. I'll upscale it. And once that is done, I want to make sure that we have it uploaded to Discord. So I'm going to open it in the browser, right click, save it. Then I go back to Discord and I drag and drop it here. I confirm via enter and then it gets processed. Here we have it. I open it in the browser, right click and then copy the image link. If I paste it now here, you can see we have a very long URL, but we can be sure that it's uploaded onto Discord and we can use it. To use it, we use --cref and then paste this URL. And before it, we prompt, let's just say woman walking the streets, AR 2x3. I copy this entire prompt and I paste it again once the command has run. And now I make it woman walking at the beach. And let me have her perform a different task, not just sitting there, maybe woman reading a book. And I always keep this CREF and the URL. Let's check the first results. And I put our reference to the right hand side. When you do it like this, you can also see that it tries to recreate the style of the clothing. So the same pattern is used. We're definitely getting somewhere. It's not perfect. When you look at the chin, for example, in the original, it was a much wider face. And the chin wasn't that far protruded. If that's the English word, it wasn't that far in front. Let us check the beach photos. Oh, it's good, this one up. Number 3 is unusable. But here number 1 isn't that bad. Number 4 again. The chin is a little bit different. The facial structure is a little bit thinner. In the original it was wider. The cheekbones are definitely wider. And reading a book. Number 2 looks somewhat fine. Still the face much thinner. Number 3 I would say comes closest when it comes to the cheekbones. So not perfect consistency yet, but for a parameter that just dropped, this is already a good result, I think. And the way Midjourney did it in the past, I would say maybe like 3 to 6 months. And we have 99% consistency when it comes at least to this. One more thing to add, there is an additional parameter that is used in conjunction, which is the CW for the character weight or consistency weight. The default is 100, and when it is set to the default, it uses the reference for face, hair and clothes. But when you set it to 0, it only focuses on the face and it forgets about the rest, for example hair and especially the outfit, the clothes. You've seen in my example, the pattern of the original was used at the beach as well, even though it didn't make that much sense. And let us try it again. I'll paste it here, then I make it woman wearing a green dress. AR2x3, I'll keep my cref with the URL, and now I add -CW and set it to 0. So we only want to focus on the face, and there should be difference now in hair and especially clothing. Here's our results, so let us compare it yet again to the reference. Number 2 isn't that bad. So bottom line is, it's not 100% there yet for full consistency, but we are finally on the right track because this was one of Midjourney's weak points, definitely. But before you celebrate, one of my personal goals is to make my own comic book at some point using Midjourney. And I've tried using this new feature before making my tutorial, using, for example, this one. And I've tried a couple of other comic characters. So this is a Batman design. It definitely goes in the direction, but it's still far from a consistency that you could use in a comic book. So this would be a lot of additional Photoshop work to get the consistency done and have an actually sellable product that people might be happy reading. If I had to put a timeline on it, as I've said, 3 to 6 months, and we can create these 100%, 99% consistent influencer shots, Instagram using Midjourney. No problem with that, without any additional Photoshop stuff. When it comes to making comics, it might still be a year, maybe even longer than that. I'll keep an eye on it, but this is the latest update. Check it out for yourself. I hope my video was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.